it's certainly no secret how much I love the big four of thrash, all four bands, and those, especially those first posters for the initial Sonosphere appearances, to me are like the ultimate sign of what a travesty the Admat Wars can be. And I'm not saying because Metallica was bigger than everyone else. Of course, Metallica's at the top and bigger than everyone else. But if you go back and look at some of those initial posters, it's big Metallica logo, and then it's little tiny Slayer floating in the middle, and then little tiny Megadeth and Anthrax floating next to each other because they had to be on the same line. They had the same management back then. And it's ridiculous. It's like just put Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth, Anthrax in a row, tell the fans what the show is. That's how you get people there. And that's, it just, it's so gross, especially when you see these packages where it's like 12 bands and you can just look at the poster and see all the fights and arguments that must have happened behind
Or
the
you have to
scenes.
squint to see the ones at the bottom because
Exactly. And
yeah.
it's very inside baseball. But like Decay said, when you look at a festival lineup like this, where it's alphabetical, or if you think about the egalitarian Warp Tour model, where you never knew what time a
Oh yeah,
different
that
band
was
was going to
cool.
play every day. So it's like you had to just show up and see the whole thing because maybe your favorite band, despite being huge, is playing at 1 p.m. that day. That's not necessarily the way to do it always, but people just ease up off the gas a little bit.
That's
I think the Hella Mega Tour with Green Day, Fall Out Boy, and Weezer set a nice precedent of how you can do a triple co-headline and not get caught up in who was bigger when and who's bigger now and so on and so forth. And picking it up in RC and the Trinity of Terror kind of took that torch. And that was another one where Black Veil, Ice Nine, and Motionless, each band could make a convincing argument why they're bigger than the other two bands. And instead they just everyone gave in at some point and they just did a triple headline. I'd love to see more of that. Less Admat Wars, less Admat Soup,
it's
more positive advertising that helps the fans.